How fast can a car go if you just hold the accelerator down? Like, cause I'm just getting some water, okay? I'm looking at it from like a physics standpoint, all right? The thing's called an accelerator. While you hold it down, you're accelerating. So what the hell stops you, man? The faster you go, the more air drag you have. But the faster you go, pardon me, the more friction you generate with the between the tires and the road, all of which contribute to drag. But wouldn't you just keep going faster if you just held the gas pedal down? I just don't understand what would slow you down. The faster you go, oh, air resistance does not scale linearly. Linearly. Yeah, but like here just hear me out. Neither is acceleration because like if you're going 200 and you hit the accelerator, that'll push you to like 210. And if you start from 0 and you push the accelerator the same amount, that'll only push you to 10, which is like 5.5% of 210. So obviously your acceleration doesn't scale linearly either. Don't you go, doesn't, when you push the gas pedal, don't you go faster when doesn't the same amount of force applied to the accelerator give you more speed when you're already moving, because when you're at 0 it takes more power to actually generate the impulse to get you going, and when you're already moving you have momentum on your side. Oh, that's not real? Okay, then cyclists should stop at stop signs, okay? If it takes the same amount of energy to travel from point A to point B, whether you stopped at the first part or you didn't stop, then you should stop, okay? Your Honor, we do a little chicanery. Sorry, I was trying to figure out a way to get out of there. And I found it. That wasn't the bit from the start. I just saw a little. You know what? You're playing Dead by Daylight, and then all your teammates die, and you're like, "Oh, there's the escape hatch. I'm out of there. I'm out of here." That's what happened. There was no chance for me to escape from Freddie Mercury. I mean, Freddy Krueger. And I found the hatch. I said, "I don't have to. I don't have to fix the generators. You can live in darkness." See ya. How sick would it be if Freddie Mercury was in Dead by Daylight? Here's okay. His one of his abilities is he goes Deo, and then you wherever you are, your character automatically is compelled to repeat it. And then you hear from like across the map. You're like, ah, shit. He can store up, like, because some of those Deos were just like, Deo. That's like if he's almost out of meter. But if he's been storing up his meter, oh, man. What does he say at the end? He goes like, rock this house tonight. Something like that. How's the baby? Pretty bad. There's a unique torture in admittedly watching people joke. I know that they're joking. People are like, wow, another day off, fake holiday. He's just like he's pretending to mourn the queen so he can like, you have a day off. And my day off is like, you know, listening to Love is an Open Door 100 consecutive times and blowing my baby's nose every 3 minutes for 12 hours. All my life has been a series of doors in my face. Then suddenly I bump into you. Anyway, yeah, we finish each other's sandwiches. That's what I was going to say. So it wasn't like a restful day off. It was just like I mean, you got to do what you got to do. I'm a noted family first streamer. It is what it is. I'm happy to be here. Kate and I, we're doing, it's like a relay race. We pass the baton. We also, we're keeping ourselves healthy. I definitely feel like for the past like 2 or 3 days, there's been like something attacking my sinus cavity, but we just keep beating it back. Multivitamins and vitamin C supplements of dubious scientific merit. But if they make me feel like I'm not getting sick, then you know what? Then fuck the science. And the Pelotons have been good. I know that that's like ultimate copium. But I've had two 370 kilojoule rides in a row. Those would be like top 10 rides all time, 30-minute output. So I mean, like, it's going. I mean, could a sick person do this? That's me making the cones of Dunshire. What kind of wattage is that? I don't know, like 206 average. Something like that. Yeah, literally yesterday, it was like 8:55 and I was like I'm going to go live at 9 and then I said goodbye to the baby and she was like no, daddy, no, no. I picked her up and she sneezed and like just it was like an angry sea. It was like a tsunami of mucus, and she was like so sick and irritable. And I was like thinking about what this was gonna be like, the whole day. I figured, you know what? Today's supposed to be a holiday anyway. Let's just take it. Originally, we were gonna have like a date day, and then the baby was sick, so I was like, well, we should postpone our date day. And then we took the day off anyway. She needed it, honestly. The baby needed it. But I guess it's that time of the year. The seasons change a little bit. Always it has a effect on the illness for sure. You'll probably hear it in the background too sometimes. Did you watch the Queen's funeral while the baby was sick? No, I didn't. I didn't do fucking anything. I don't know how many times I had to fucking explain this shit over and over. People are like, "What'd you do on your day off?" I did fucking nothing. I did play some sap on my phone while the baby napped. I went to Whistler yesterday. That's pretty pog. I mean, Whistler, it's a fun place. It's expensive, but it's fun. I've never been in the fall. I've only been I've been in the winter and I've been in the summer. And in the winter, it's obviously very it's scenic. It's picturesque. If you love skiing, if you love snowboarding, I mean, it's like a supposedly a world class resort. In the summertime, it's nice. You're nestled within the mountains. You get great scenery. I thought it would be a little underwhelming in the summer, but it's nice in the summer too. The only problem I have with Whistler is that because it's like a resort town, um, if you're not like a young adult who is from Switzerland, New Zealand, or Australia and wants to party, then it can be a little annoying because it's kind of like renting a hotel room in a college dorm as like an actual adult. Everybody is there to party. And you're like, we have when we went in the summer, we had a not even 1 year old child. We were like, can you guys just keep it down? Meanwhile, some skier, I was trying to think of what word to use. Some skier. I don't want to be rude to the snowboarders. This was a skier. He had the skis on his shoulder. He's out in the town square just singing Shallow from A Star Is Born at like 2 in the morning. And then instead of anybody being like, hey, could you keep it down? Everybody's going out there going, yeah, yeah, do it. Keep it up. Keep annoying people. But anyway, they should just move the mountain to like a place that's, well, I don't think you can do that. Anyway. Can you move mountains or is that just a metaphor? What did I do on my day off, you ask? You're listening to it. Do you ski or snowboard? I used to ski because when I was young, I went on like 2 ski trips, which means that when we went skiing as adults, I was like, oh, I kind of already know how to ski. Then every time I went skiing, which was like once a year for 5 years, um, my feet got so crushed by the ski boots that pulling them out of the ski boot made it feel like the boot was the only thing keeping my bones together. It was like, like if you elbow dropped a bag of potato chips, but the potato chips are part of your body. It was like when I pulled the chips out of the bag, it was like these are supposed to be like one continuous piece, but and then, so what happened is like, I wear like a size 12 to 13 shoe. So the first time I went skiing, I was like, I'll take a size 12. And then people were like, oh, you don't even know ski boots for no reason. You got to go up one size. So then the next time I went skiing, like a year later, I was like, I'll take a size 13. And I put them on, and I was like, this stuff is too big. And then an hour later, I was like, never mind, my feet have swollen up, so I have to go up to, like, next year was like a 13 and a half, and the same stuff just kept happening over and over. So then I started snowboarding because the boots are softer. And it's still like, it's not 100% comfortable, but it's like more comfortable. I mean, I skated a lot as a kid. I'm familiar with, your feet getting crushed by skates. It's not like wearing a moccasin, right? But then, and I was having a good time snowboarding, learning how to snowboard, and you use a lot. It's a lot more difficult just to get down the mountain, but at the same time, it was more comfortable for sure. And then the pandemic hit, and then we had a baby. So like, I got a couple of early lessons in how to snowboard. I I was able to go down a small slope on my heels, essentially, just falling maybe 3 or 4 times. And then the pandemic happened, so we haven't really been back. Also, it's hard to, like, our in laws snowboard all the time. They're like, when are you going to teach your daughter how to snowboard? And I'm like, we got like an Ouroboros of dependency. First off, she's like 2, so it's a little too early, even if we were basically pros, I think. Then, like, I'm bad at snowboarding, and I think you have to be pretty good in order to also chaperone somebody else who is a toddler. Like, you have to be, I'm pretty good at walking, and it's already hard to chaperone her when we're just walking. So I don't think I'm comfortable. Like, I need to put my own oxygen mask on first and not be a danger to myself and the people around me before I take her out on a mountain. Then also, like, Kate is a really good snowboarder, but sometimes she also needs me to generate like the first impulse to get her going or to get her like up after she sits down. Because it's one of the things that's a lot harder on a snowboard is standing up and getting started essentially. So basically, we need to like Kate could supervise both of us, and then I could give her a push when she needs it. Anyway, let's play some... Hold on. This one's going to feel good. You guys have been wilding out. I get it. I haven't been here in 3 days, you know? And maybe on Fridays you work a double, so you weren't even here on Friday. We have a greater sense of decorum here than on Twitch as a whole. We treat each other with respect. We talk to each other like we're real people because we are real people. I understand it's been the Wild West lately, okay? We have a little bit more of a calm attitude here. A lot of Twitch is like it's like a Roman gladiatorial arena where you just you can hurl tomatoes at people. You can see a warrior get sliced in half by a chariot, something like that. This is more like the opera, okay? At the opera, you just gotta chill. I don't know if you've ever been to the opera. It's very boring, in my opinion. I say that as someone who is a snob myself. The ballet, by the way, Cynicalism. Thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. The ballet is incredible. I've only seen, I think I saw The Nutcracker, and I saw Alice in Wonderland, an adapted Alice in Wonderland. Both of them incredible. Because you can be there, and you're like, first off, there's music. Secondly, there's dancing. And if you're like me, if you're not that entertained by dancing, you could be like, holy cow, can you imagine how strong you have to be to do this? It's almost like going to like a musical Cirque du Soleil. You can watch it in wonder at what the human body is capable of achieving. Opera, on the other hand, you're like, could you just get to the point? They'll have like a song. The song is 8 minutes long. They repeat the same thing over and over. And then the point of the song is like, he's horny. They can't say it. He's horny, but in parentheses, in Italian. You know? It's just, it's too much. Like Prague, that's the exact opposite. Prague is like, yes, we'll write like an 11-minute song, and the point of it is like trying to recapture the feeling of reading a young adult novel on a daybed at your grandparents' cottage. Seasons will pass you. That's a song about your grandma making you a sandwich with some goldfish crackers on the side. I get up, I get down. It transports you instantly back to reading like Goosebumps books, getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. By the way, people have said you've been banning more people. That's probably true, but I do want to say, this is, to thine own self be true. When I got killed in Rumbleverse, somebody said, zero situational awareness, Lamau. I banned them, and then they gave an unban request that said, I could see why you would be mad at that message, seeing as you stared at a billboard for a minute and then died when someone threw a mailbox at your head. I said, unban. You got me. That's absolutely correct. Never let it be. Look, I think it's folly to believe you're never going to be emotional. I don't think that's realistic. But then you come back with a cooler head a little bit later, and you're like, you know what? You shouldn't have been banned in the first place. I was just trying to make myself feel better, and there we are. This is an S-tier stall today. Go, like, outside. Go outside. Touch grass. He's there. Hello. Yeah, I'm still alive. Yeah, this is an anime game. Anyway. Can you believe it? /marker. Omega strikers. I never